Bam! Don't mess with me! Okay? Come on. $9.99, honey. I will say this. Honey, if I style this right, put on a cute little outfit, honey, you ain't gonna be able to tell me a mother freaking thing. Now listen here, Joella. Joella. Now how should I style this wig? Okay, I got it from Amazon, $9.99. Joella, how should I style it? Okay, should I cut it? Should I fray the edges? I mean, you let me know, child. Okay? What y'all think about last night's episode? Let's get into it. Friends, welcome back to my channel, Sass here, and I'm here to talk about Life After Lockup, child. Now, I was going to go live, but I got some things going on, so you're going to get a premiere. Okay, I'm going to need for y'all to hit the like. I'm going to need for you to subscribe. If you're new here, you see this wig? You see this wig? You see this wig? You might as well go ahead and subscribe. And while you subscribe and hit the like, okay, you see this week, honey, you ain't gonna be getting this from anybody else but the Sass, okay? Child, let me start off with the Trio of Fools Part 3. Part 4. Part 5. Child, we done had so many Trio of Fools, I done lost count. But let's add Q, Puff Puff, and Joella to that. And can I just say this? Y'all killing me with Joella's name. Y'all done called this girl everything but Joella. I've done seen Jumanji. I've done seen Jelly Beans. I've done seen Jackfruit. Y'all ain't shit. Leave that girl alone. I wish y'all would have the same energy towards Puff Puff. Why are y'all embarrassing yourselves for Puff Puff? Damn, I don't understand. So we have D and, well, Puff Puff and Q. And he spent some time over there at Joella's house, child. He sure did. He did not get home till midnight. Because, see, he was over there seeing his kids. But you didn't get home till, what was it, y'all? It was midnight, right? They was out there having Bible verses. See, that's what they was doing. They was not doing anything egregious. He was not spreading them legs. He was not blowing out that bat. He was not putting the face in the place. They were having Bible study. And if you believe that, child, I got a mansion to sell you. So, of course, it's his son's birthday. And Joella has already let it be known. Q's kids can come to the birthday party, but she better not darken my doorway. She better not show up. Which is valid. It's her son's birthday, and if she don't want Q there, fine. Q, you need to go ahead, lick your wounds, and accept it. Period. Because, see, let's say the roles was reversed. Would you allow Joella to come to your child's birthday party? Answer it quickly. Because, see, I'm going to say hell no. Okay, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Child, when I tell you this wig is tearing my eyes up, child, hold on. Let me adjust it, child. Oh, child. Child, I think I got it on backwards. To tell you the truth, Jesus be a fence, child. Is that better? Child, it's going to have to be. So, here is Puff Puff. He actually said something that made some sense. Puff Puff said, this isn't isn't about you or Joella. This is about the kids. It's my son's birthday party, and he wants your son to be there. Okay? You don't have to be there. Okay? Just your son. It ain't about you. And so, of course, Q, she's in her feelings. She feels some type of way because, of course, Papa have cheated on her, as we know it, 3 times at a 0 with Joella, the mother of his children. And for some reason, Q keeps taking him back. And y'all, what about when Q said, if Demdrick cheats on me again, I'm done? Who believes it? Who believes it? Q, you don't even believe that. The minute you said it, you was like, oh, I don't even believe that, child. He can cheat tomorrow and I'll still take him back. And he knows it. He is playing both of you like a fiddle. He got his cake and he's eating it too. Now, Joella said that, listen, okay, I don't know what's going on with me and Demdrick. Because, see, the producer, which, did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that it was a female black producer we ain't never seen before? But now, all of a sudden, they got a female black producer. Okay. Okay, Love After Lockup producers. I see you. So, Joella, the producer asked Joella, are you and Demdrick still intimate? Have y'all been intimate? And so Joella said, listen, I can't answer that. He's going to have to answer that, child. I can't answer that. But I will say this. Anytime I want it, I get it. Anytime he wants it, he can get it. Joella, that's not a good statement to make. Do you have any self-worth? You ain't cute. Because, see, both of y'all are in the same boat. Both of y'all are being used. Where is the self-respect? You would rather have Puff hop, scotch, and dip into y'all's bed instead of him being serious and making a commitment with one of you and then leave it alone. No, it's always here. You got the door and your legs open. Why do you think you deserve that type of treatment? You shouldn't. Yeah, look at the weak. Weak. So here we have Joella. She's still upset about, you know, Q showing her picture on Facebook. Well, Joella, you keep showing the picture. We wouldn't even know about no picture if you didn't keep showing it. Every 5 minutes, here is Joella with the picture. Look at what she did. Look at what she did to me. Look, y'all. Look at what she did. That picture's terrible. She picked a terrible picture. Look. Then quit showing it. So she's doing some makeup on her homegirl or whatever, whoever it was, child. And so she's pissed off about the whole situation. Q, you know, Q and Demdrick. Demdrick done chose Q over her. The part, it was just a mess. And so she got her lick back, I think. She done got her lick back. Is that what it is? Because, see, Joella said, don't mess with me. All this over Puff. Now, there's Q, who is at work with her homeboy and her homegirl. And so they're asking the questions. And so the homeboy and homegirl got good sense. They was like, now, where is this going? Why are you still with Puff? What is it about? Of course, here is, oh, I love him, blah, blah, blah. She gets a phone call. And she's like, what? Now, we are to assume that Joella done something, if that's the case. But we all know how that goes down. Okay? So she goes into the bathroom, she takes her mic off, and that's that on that. We'll see. Let's move. 30 seconds. I have never ever been so disinterested in a participant, in a couple, in all of Love After Lockup than I feel towards Daniel and Bianca. Please get them off my television. Get them off. You can tell that this is forced. This is fake. They have no chemistry. They are standing 40 feet apart. It looks like when they're talking to each other, they're about to bust out laughing because they know that this is a farce. And here the Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup, we TV people is thinking that we know the inside of our jaws. You had no business bringing them back whatsoever. So here we got Daniel. He done relapse. He haven't told Bianca. And he gets an email saying that he got show calls. And if he don't fix this, it's going to be a warrant for his arrest. Oh, y'all saying, what's that for? Oh, it's because when he was out here in these streets getting high, okay, as a kite, he went into good old Walmart and got sticky fingers. He up there shoplifting. See, I want to know what he stole. What did you take, Daniel, from that good old Walmart child? And then he come talking about, well, I got caught. They got facial recognition. Duh. I bet you whatever he took was no more than $20. Then he says that he don't even remember. He was so effed up, I don't even remember. He said, I don't even remember that child. So, of course, Bianca, she could care less. She really could not care less. And after that, when he was in his car, I don't know what he was doing, y'all. I fast forwarded. I am so done with them. And that's how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be from this day forward. Let's move on. Next, Michael and Justine. Now, Montana Mills, let me just say this. They brought Michael and Justine back for the 100th time so they could argue over a $60,000 wedding. Because, see, that's all they're going to bring us. But, see, according to Google, if you want to believe Google, Montana Mills is worth $2 million. That's according to Google. Now, do we believe Google? When they say that Montana Mills is worth $2 million, because see, if that's the case, $60,000 is a drop in the bucket. Why are you on my television? Why are you arguing over $60,000 if you're worth $2 million? Do y'all believe? So, of course, here is Justine trying to get her body snatched because she got like 10, 15 kids. And so Montana Mills, what's going on with Montana Mills? What's going on with your hair? Is that one of them units? Or is that your hair? What is that? I'm fine with it. I mean, if Justine love it, if Justine like it, I love it, child. I was just asking. And furthermore, Justine, what was them jeans you had on? Was those the double on the double denim? No shade, I'm just asking. So they going to go work out, and of course he's talking about this barber shop. He come talking about he wanted to invest in this barber shop because this barber is like the VIP who cuts celebrities' hair. So he wants to get involved in that. Y'all, my lawnmower man is here, child. Of course. Excuse the noise. So Justine said, well, what about the wedding? What about my wedding, my dream wedding? I want elephants. I want balloons. I want flowers. I want all my kids there. I want my family there. What about that? And so he said, listen, okay, if we invest in this barber business, the money we get back can go towards the wedding. And so here's Justine said, man, this is a bunch of bullshit. Because first we had the shoe business. Then we have the luxury business. Then we had the credit business. I thought Michael had a job. It must be working out because you worth $2 million. So Justine said, I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. So of course Michael said, well, I done set up a meeting with Mr. Barber. I'm going to have the meeting with the barber and his wife. And we all know how that's going to turn out. A mess. Because see, now with this investment in this barbershop, it's going to cut into her dream wedding of $60,000. So Mr. Barber, now he done showed up in a pleather bullet. Now he done showed up in a pleather bulletproof vest that he done got down there good old City Trends for Men. Or is that Fashion Nova for men? Because it wasn't even, it was ill-fitting, it was too big, and it looked like it smelled. But I move on, child. I said, and then here comes Michael talking about, oh, you sharp, man, you sharp. Of course Michael gonna say that. So they're talking about it. They talking about money. And how about Mr. Barber's wife? Jade. Mr. Barber's wife sit there and said, listen, I know how we can fix all this. Why don't you postpone that wedding? I said, oh. And here's Michael. Yes, I think that's a fantastic idea. And so Justine said, excuse your finest pardon, sir? You said that with no hesitation. We didn't talk about it. And Justine should have looked at Barbershop's wife and said, you need to mind your business. Don't worry about my wedding. And so then they're looking at spaces, and then here comes $100,000. It's going to cost $100,000 just to get everything going. And I don't care what Google says. Michael and Justine does not have $100,000. They apparently don't have 60. So of course Michael, Justine gets mad and she says, meeting over for me. She says, have a nice day. I'm out of here. Michael says, no, wait a minute. Don't leave. She says, oh, I'm out. See, I'm already down the stairs. So Michael's going after her, and then they have some words outside. Let's move on. Next, Will and Courtney. We got a co-participant, y'all. We have a co-participant. Did y'all see Mark? Creeperson? Mark, I got a question. It's just a question. Okay? Not an accusation. Just a question. Can you be near schools? I'm just asking. Okay, can you be 50 feet near any school in the United States? I'm just asking. I'm just to ask. Okay, you don't have to answer. Because you're weird, sir. You're weird. So we have Will, and Will is talking about how, you know, Courtney is getting out, and as we know, Courtney done relapsed on some GHB. And that's the only thing she relapsed on. And it's time for her to get out of jail. Courtney is by far one of the most selfish, entitled, spoiled, childish women that has ever been on this show. The entitlement of it all. Everything is me, 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 me. I. And she says that she's still learning. Girl, please stop with the excuses. Please stop with that excuse. You ain't learning. You're using that as an excuse. So here is Will talking to his homeboy, and he's talking about he's going to have to go and pick her up. And then he's going to talk about, you know what, I don't know if I should pick her up because it's like I'm enabling her. I shouldn't pick her up. And so then we have Courtney. She gets out of jail. And who's there? Well, not Will. Creepy McCreeperson. Weirdo Mark. And I was like, who the hell? And so she gives him a hug, and I thought, well, where's the sponsor? Where he at? Since you want to learn, where your sponsor at? Oh, yeah, the sponsor. That's another word for sugar daddy. And Mark is also a sugar daddy. Mark, whom she's known for 5 years, and she can just call up one day and say, I'm in jail, I need money on my books. And he said, okie doke. He come running. Which I know that was a struggle. So here they are talking, and she's like, where's Will? Where's Will? And so he's like looking all goofy, and he's like, stupid. So she calls Will, and she was like, Will, where are you at? And he says, what are you talking about? I decided not to go because maybe you need to learn. You need to take accountability for your actions, which you haven't, by the way. And she's all like, how could you do this to me? How could you do this? You didn't even put money on my books. You gave me $300. And what is that supposed to do? You selfish bitch. You should be happy that you had something. But she's not. She is a user. Okay? Courtney is a user. That's what she is. And obviously a liar. Let's tack that on too. So they're going back and forth, and he's talking about, well, listen, I ain't picking you up. Okay? It's time for you to take accountability. You don't relapse. I have done this for you. We have talked about this, and you still relapse. I'm not coming to get you. And so she's like, how could you? How could you do this? We're married. We're married. He was like, well, what about me? Yeah, we're married, and look at what you did. And he was like, well, who's there? Who picked you up? And she was like, Mark. He said, who the F is Mark? My friend. He says, oh, he said, did Mark gave you $3,000 worth of clothes? And then I had to go, huh? You bought her $3,000 worth of clothes. Where are they at? Because, see, the only thing I've ever seen Courtney wasn't nothing over $30. No shade. But $3,000? I mean, I'm expecting to see Prada, Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana. I haven't seen anything that Courtney has worn that would value $3,000. But it's your money, right? Because, see, you done went and spent $10,000 on a ring on a woman who don't even want you or love you. You know, both of y'all together are crazier than cat piss. And that's just that on that. You're both foolish. You both look dumb. And I'm tired of you. Meanwhile, we got Creep McCreeperson over there, weirdo, talking about, let's go. Come on, let's go. Why are you touching a married woman? And Courtney, why are you allowing this man to touch you? Oh, yeah, that's right. He a friend who gives you money. But see, what you told producers is y'all have never, ever been intimate. We've never been intimate. We have never been intimate. That's what she said. Oh, really? Okay. Now, they get in the car. She done had a fight with, you know, Will. They get in the car, and where is this man's hand the whole time? And then he comes talking about, you know, there's so many men that would be honored to have you as their wife. There's so many men that would be honored to have you in their life. There's so many men out here that would love to take care of you. So again, let this be clear. Courtney adamantly said that she has never, ever been intimate with this man, and she said that she will never be intimate with this man. But this man has no problem in touching you, and you are allowing it because he's giving you money. You're foul, Courtney. You're foul. So she says, listen, okay, we have, you know, and she says, listen, if Will isn't there for me, then I'm going to get someone who will be. And I said, case closed, next case. Will, get an annulment. Can he go ahead and get an annulment? Get an annulment, stay in California, and please don't talk to her again. It's over. It's done. It's over, Will, and it's done. Done. Let's move on. Leticia and Keith. Leticia and Keith. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all. I told y'all I'm rooting for Leticia and Keith, child. I hope it works out. Now, one of the sisters put in the comments of the last live said that, I think it was her brother, taught himself how to do his own hair in prison so he didn't have to sit in between somebody's legs. Kudos to him. So maybe Keith did his own hair. Let's go with that. So Leticia and Keith had a great time, okay? He done blew that back out. And as Leticia said, he done turned her every which way but loose, child. And the only thing I gotta say to that is get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. And after all these years. So, according to prison guidelines and rules, Leticia cannot drive Keith to Iowa. They have to get on a bus. I said, oh, hell. So that's why y'all at the bus station. So Leticia and Keith have to take a long bus ride so he could go to the halfway house for 4 months. On a bus for a whole day. Ooh, I would have hated it. Oh my God, I would have complained so much. They would put me off that bus, y'all. Ain't no way. I just couldn't do it. That's a long time on the bus. So anyway, the whole family done showed up, child. Her kids done showed up. His family done showed up. It's a family reunion. I loved it. Okay, I love that. The whole family said, we here to support you. So they gave him a good little send-off, and Leticia said that she's worried about Keith going to this halfway house because there is going to be women there. Leticia, stop. Leticia, stop. Okay? Have a little faith in Keith. He just got out, and let me just say this. Okay? There may be some women in there, but there also may be some women in there who ain't thinking about Keith, child. It may be some women in there who are focusing on their sobriety, on their healing, on their journey. They ain't trying to go back to prison. They ain't worried about your man. Now, there may be, you know, a couple of women in there be like, I would love to have that hair tied around my ankle a couple of times. You're just going to have faith in your man, in your husband. Okay? Leticia, then we may worry about Keith, child. All right? All right, let's move on. Last, y'all finish the rest. Last, finish the rest. Let me say it one more time. Last. You know, I thought Q, Puff, and Joella was going to give me heartburn each week. And trust me, they will. But Brooke and JK are just on another level. They truly are on another level. Now, let me just say this before I talk about these two Dumb and Dumbers. Now, Ashley, y'all remember Ashley? Yeah, this Ashley went on Facebook, and I just want to read this. She went on Facebook and she said this. Now, I don't know what possessed her to do this, but I'll read it. For y'all to keep calling Brooke Kilpatrick broke and ish is funny as F to me, because I was literally on the show and I know how much MFs make on there. And trust, again, just run on sentences, no comment, no, nothing, no nothing. And trust me, it's not a small amount, LOL. And she was on 2 seasons! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So, with that being said, quit believing everything you see on TV, LOL. Shut up, Ashley. Aren't you having a baby? Why you worried about what people got to say about Brooke? When Brooke opened up her mouth to say she only got $23 in her bank account. That's what she said. We didn't make her say that. She said she only had $23 in her bank account. Oh, that's the editing. That is the editing. I don't care if she be on the show for 5 seasons. If you want us to believe that you Love After Lockup cast members is out here rolling in the money, I'm not dumb. Because if that's the case, you don't need to be on the show looking like who done it and what for. Why her car leaning to the left? Why her car look like it's on its last leg if she missed money bags? Girl, shut the entire F up. You off the show because Julius made you look like a complete fool. Stay in your lane, girl. Stay in it. So here's Brooke with a reply. If only they knew. Ha ha ha. They clearly don't know how TV works. Ha ha. And then here's Bonnie. I don't know who she is, but she chimed in. They take care of their cast members. LOL. They're just jealous. Is that right, Bonnie? Are you part of production? Do you sign their checks? Because, see, Sastas, we have heard from several cast members when they say that the producers don't give a damn about them. They're paying you kibbles and bits. But see, I guess if you do get $30,000 or $60,000, that's a lot of money to you. Especially when you're not using it on cleaning or hygiene products. You definitely ain't using it on daycare. We don't need to know how TV works to know that the way that you look on said TV show is telling me that you're not rolling in money. That's a fact. Quit blaming editing. You said it out your mouth. Now let me get it to you, Heifer. Again, we have Brooke not at her house. Brooke is everywhere but her home. And see, Brooke, we found out another little thing about you, girl. We found out that you can't cook. Did y'all see that concoction that I believe was supposed to be meatloaf? Unseasoned, dry, honey, it was burnt. There was was no onions, no bell peppers, no celery, no carrots, nothing. There was nothing. No breadcrumb, nothing. No egg, nothing. She gonna squeeze a little barbecue sauce in it. And she gonna come out her mouth and say, I'm still staying with JK. And my mama is taking care of my kids. Of course your mama is. You know what? Your mama needs some of that money. See, you so rich. You got all this money. I hope you giving your mama 75% because she's taking care of your boys. While you up in JK's mama's house being a menace. She has told you time and time again she don't want you there. But you so hard-headed. You don't get it. Meanwhile, you're trying to poison them with that dry, unseasoned food. Oh my God, can't even make mashed potatoes. And what about when Brooke put that food on the table and the mama's man went like this? He went, I can't eat that, child. I can't eat that. Then the woman was like, oh my God. First they done took over my bedroom. Now this girl trying to kill us. I can't take it. Honey, that meatloaf looked like a burnt brick. Nobody ate it, Brooke. Nobody ate it. They threw that right in the trash. You ain't got no job. Go down there and take some cooking classes, Miss Rich. So we have JK. JK done met up with his daddy. He said he resented his daddy because his daddy stayed on the road all the time working and trying to provide for the family. And then here's JK out his raggedy mouth had a nerve to say that when he has a child, that child is going to be top responsibility. He's going to make sure he's going to be there for his child. He's going to make sure that child will be taken care of. Really? Why don't you tell that to Brooke? Huh? Huh? Snaggle? Huh? So guess who called him? Honey, she couldn't wait. Bonnie. Now, is Bonnie the one that's going to throw hands? Where Brooke, see, at first, I thought it was Alex. So it's going to be Bonnie. Because, honey, Bonnie called JK and said, I got something to tell you. She could not wait to snitch. Now, here is Brooke. Already told Bonnie, now don't you tell. Because, see, your loyalty's with me because I'm your roommate. Well, honey, how that going to work out? Because she going to kick you out, girl. Roommate or friend, no more. So, here is Bonnie. She said, yeah, Brooke just left. I talked to Brooke, and so here's JK. JK said, what in the world? How is that possible? She should be at work. And so Bonnie says, yeah, you think? So Bonnie tells JK that Brooke does not have a job. So JK acting holier than thou. Mind you, he don't have a job. Can't spell it, can't smell it. So he goes back, and there's the whole family. And he confronts Brooke. But see, before that happened, Brooke cooked. JK said, no, I brought my own food. JK, you ain't shit. You're not shit. You're also selfish and entitled, rude, user. You've been staying at your mama's house, eating her food, running up her lights, driving in I guess, her car. She putting gas in it because you ain't got no money. And you show up in her house with one plate. After your mama done come home from work. All y'all up out my house. sitting there eating. Didn't even bring nobody else no food. Meanwhile, they out here eating the poison meatloaf. And so he roars back like he King Tut, talking about, I went by and talked to Bonnie today. And so, of course, oh, what you talk about? That's what Brooke says. And he says, well, when you gonna tell me that you ain't got no job? When? And she says, well, I ain't got no job. I just ain't got no job. It ain't really that, but I ain't got no job. And he says, so you wasn't gonna tell me that? So you lie. You ain't working. And then he says, that's something Alex would do. Oh, honey, Brooke got in her feelings. Don't be breaking up Alex. What you want Alex? Oh, why you breaking up Alex? So she went off. All this in front of his mama, stepdaddy, and the friend in his mama's house. Both of y'all are trash. I said it. So they're going back and forth. He leaves. The mama says, girl, lying ain't gonna help the situation. Okay, you ain't got no job. You ain't got no job. Okay? Then the mama says, go out there and talk to him. Instead of the mama saying, get the F up out my house and don't ever come back, bitch. See, that's what the mama should have said. And take my son with you. Two grown adults laying up in her house. Oh, it just bothers me, y'all. So, Brooke goes outside. They done got into it. He done brought up Alex again. And then here's Brooke. She could talk about, no, I don't have a job. I ain't working, but you ain't working either. He was like, oh, I know I ain't working. I have an excuse. I have the ankle monitor. Boy, shut up. Shut up. Another excuse is why you're a bum. But see, isn't it interesting? JK, you are foul. Not only is he disrespecting Brooke, but he done called Brooke the B word several times. And this ain't the first time he's done it. And it just flows off his tongue so smoothly. And Brooke just sits there and takes it. Not only does she take it, she keep going back for more. Again, self-respect, self-worth, dignity. None of them can spell that. Now see, these two buffoons are actually arguing about whom is it working when neither one of them are working. All while talking in cursive. But what was very clear was the disrespect. Brooke, you accept that? Fine. I guess that's editing too. You accept a man who can't even bite down on a marshmallow to call you out your name numerous times. And you take it. I guess that's editing too. We should all know how television works. It doesn't need editing to know someone who has no kind of self-esteem to themselves. To know. Now, I like to give a little funny. I like to make this show a little light. I like to give y'all a little humor. But see, when it comes to Brooke and JK, it's in that gray area. And it's getting in that area of it's not being funny anymore. Because nothing about that is funny. Especially when you have two sons. Two boys. And there you are sitting there with a snaggled tooth. Pudgy. Look like he don't know what hygienic products is. to disrespect you. And you take it. B word, B word, B word. F you, F you, F you. And you got 2 boys. Brooke, this show is telling me all that I need to know about you. And it's already done told me all I need to know about JK. The jack-o'-lantern. Okay. And that's all I got to say on it, y'all. That's it, y'all. What'd y'all think about it? If you're new here, go ahead and join the family. To my new subscribers, woo-hoo! I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends.